Teaflex is a dynamic, up-to-date company which faces the day-to-day market challenges by using flexibility and the excellent innovation abilities of the whole group. The two Teaflex factories are located north of Milan, one in Biasano and one in Seregno. The whole group operates from modern industrial premises which cover an area of 50,000 square meters, of which 20,000 square meters are covered. The modern premises have wide external spaces that facilitate the movements of the goods through the several production areas. By both factories, the area used for the offices is about 800 square meters. Each office has a specific function. Thanks to considerable experience built up since 1972, Teaflex has become a leader in the Italian production of fittings and flexible conduits for industrial and civil wirings. The production processes that take place by the four companies of the group are based on a constant qualitative control of the product and on the absolute respect of the delivery terms. Teaflex products can be distinguished for their exceptional versatility of use. They can be used for industrial and civil wirings, for system machine applications, which includes machine tools and robotics, the railways and the naval branch, At both of the two Teaflex premises, the area used for the storage of the raw material is highly important. At the Biasano premises, about 600 square meters are used for the stockage of the brass bars that we need for the manufacture of the fittings. 300 square meters are assigned to the storage of the metal layers used for the manufacture of the metal conduits. And 1,800 square meters are assigned to the warehousing of the STD cubes, that is, the zinc-plated pipes ready to be used in the industrial applications, such as factories and warehouses, and in trade applications, such as trade centers, shops, and exhibition stands. Suitable stockage spaces are assigned to the coils of the conduits before being transferred to the shipping unit, where they remain temporarily in stock, waiting to be packed and shipped. In the same area, we stock the metal fittings and the polyester braids. In order to optimize the times and the methods of production, the factory in Seregno also reserves wide areas to the stockage of the raw materials and to the finished goods ready to be shipped. 500 square meters are used for the storage of the metal conduits ready for the covering process. Inside the production department of the fittings, an area is assigned to the injections molds. Finally, one other important aspect of the group is a self-moving automated warehouse. In 500 square meters, it's possible to move goods as in a standard warehouse with a triple area dimension. Two lathes manufacture on-project large dimension fittings from drop-forged brass and brass bars. Their diameters range from 50 to 100 millimeters. In the unit nearby, 13 automatic lathes with numerical control manufacture fittings and small accessories from the brass bars. In the working cycle, scrap produced by the lathes is recovered prior to being recycled. The excess material is carried outside the premises and put into silos before being sent to foundries for regeneration into new brass bars. Before being transferred to the packaging unit, the connectors and all the small accessories receive a last treatment of washing and degreasing with an industrial washing machine. The assembly of all the metal fittings is done manually. Only the revolving watertight fittings for metal conduits are assembled using a pneumatic machine. The assembly of the Modello fittings happens manually as well. The manual assembly allows the operator to check if all the components are free of defects and imperfections. In this way, each fitting is checked individually. The last phase is the packaging of the fittings. The process is completely automated, and the only manual action is the filling of the dragging loader that transports the fittings to the automatic packaging machine. The raw material for the polyamide conduit is a mixture of thermoplastic granules, defined compounds, combined with various additives. The process of extrusion is done by the injection through a corrugator. As it leaves the corrugator, the conduit is marked and automatically cut into predefined lengths. The newly created coil is finally packed by an automatic coiling machine. Before being stored, the coils are submitted to a humidification process. The humidity is basic to facilitate the humidification process between plastic material and water. This allows the conduits to remain soft and flexible. In order to maintain a high level of quality, the polyamide conduits are then submitted to cycles of resistance. These tests are based mainly on the extended mechanical movement to which the conduits are submitted during their normal use. The tests are based on tensile strength to determine the breaking point of the material. Typically, this peak is reached even after many months of stress. Also, the fittings are submitted to strength tests. In this case, it simulates the continuous wave motion, which is comparable to the movements in the robotic machines. The jaw polyamide and PVC fittings are produced in the Serenio factory. In an area of 2,500 square meters, 9 injection machines provide a production that varies depending on the item, from 5,000 up to 11,000 pieces per hour. An automatic packaging machine for the polyamide and PVC fittings can produce in a complete cycle up to 150 bags per hour for a total of about 3,000 pieces. The PVC spiral conduits are made in co-extrusion of 2 materials. The system is quite complex. It's based on the joint of 2 elements of PVC. One is plasticized and the other is tough. The combination of both into one single element generates a softening helicoidal strip self-bonded to the bearing body of the conduit. While it's sliding, it's cooled by a system of water jets and remains underwater for the whole length of the coil that is generally 30 meters in length. This forced stay in the water makes the conduit soft and flexible. Together with the production of the spiral conduits, PVC hose made for civil use is also produced by extrusion in the same area. The OMMC department produces flexible metal hoses made to be covered with a protective conduit of PVC. It starts from metal coil of about 15 centimeters to obtain the strips that will be used for the production of the flexible metal conduit. During the production of the conduit, for some items, a cotton yarn is added, which acts as an anti-dust seal. The produced metal conduit is then covered with another PVC layer for insulation. This treatment, called IP, International Protection, ensures the liquid-type protection. Also in this case, the conduit is marked before being rolled up in coils, with a laser instrument constantly testing the thickness. The rolled coils are finally ready to be packaged. The working process of the braided conduits begins with the winding of zinc-plated wires onto spools. The wires are unrolled through big industrial coils. Unrolling itself, the wires reach the machine that wraps them on the spools that will be inserted in the path of the braiding machine. The conduits to be braided are inserted slowly in the braiding machine, and thanks to the asynchronous rotating base, are covered, according to the cases, with metal or through the braiding of their own wires. At the end of this operation, the braided product is collected in big coils and packed into small ones. The last phase, but no less important, is shipment. In the wide warehouse of the stock materials, a team provides the delivery with a final check of the order and with the pack of the products. Teaflex is constantly working to offer a product of exceptional technological quality. The ISO 9001-2000 and the IRIS International Railway Industry Standard certifications attest the excellence of the Teaflex products, a quality recognized also from great worldwide railway companies such as Ansaldo Breda, Bombardier Transportation, Alstom and Firema, who are direct customers. Besides being a leading manufacturer in Italy, Teaflex exports large quantities of products to nearly all countries of the European community. Since the interest for our product is also strong outside the European borders, we are planning strategies in the short term in order to expand our exports to the Middle East, Asia and America. Industrial cable protection. Protected cables always.